The gay population and the gay community was no longer, quote, in the closet.
The tragedy of Stonewall changed history, giving birth to a rush of recognition and acceptance for the LGBT community.
They came out, and we're not going to pretend that we're something that we're not anymore, and we're just going to live our lives.
These changes inspired many to stand up for themselves, forming a movement called the Pride Movement. June 28, 1969. It's about 2 a.m., fairly early in the morning. Police have once again started to raid Stonewall Inn. They have ushered people into lines, checking for illegal alcohol, proper identification, and cross-dressing. 13 people are dragged outside, harshly, shoved into a paddy wagon to be taken into custody for bootlegging or cross-dressing. Cops are moving out of the bar. Oppressed, rejected, discriminated against. Rage seeps out of those who remain at Stonewall Inn. A patron throws a penny that hits the back of a cop's head, and the screaming group of customers follow in suit. The police are forced to retreat into the bar and set up barricades. The enraged crowd outside breaches the barricades several times, and even sets the bar on fire. The fire department and riot squads are called. Dispersing the crowds, the Stonewall riots are over.
My initial reaction to it was, go for it! No, it was a great period of time because everyone was rioting.
April 27, 1953. President Dwight D. Eisenhower has signed a law banning homosexuals from working for the federal government. It's considered illegal for two people of the same sex to dance, kiss, or even hold hands in public. Being outed as anything other than cis or straight can result in the loss of family, friends, and even your job. Being gay is widely considered an illness, and many members of the LGBT community are forced into conversion camps, where rape, electric shocks, humiliation, and beatings are all common practices in turning people straight.
There were a lot of issues that started coming up.
We catch you with a homosexual, and the rest of your life will be a living hell.
It's July 3, 1969. Lucan Truscott IV, a writer for The Village Voice, has just published an article on Stonewall riots titled Gay Power Comes to Sheridan Square. Howard Smith has just published one titled Full Moon Over Stonewall. And Dick Leitch has published Police Raid on New York Club Sets Off First Gay Riot to the New York Mattachine newspaper. The press carried this revolutionary tide to a new page. Stonewall riots by themselves would be just another hiccup in heteronormative society, but the backing from the press allowed this to be a major turning point in history. Unfortunately, not all were so accepting towards the rising Pride movement. Several newspapers and magazines had a cruel outlook on the event, publishing statements such as, "It had been good for a lot of cracks and saloon gossip, but basically, the Stonewall siege was depressing," and "the combination of a full moon and Judy Garland's funeral was too much for them." With so many immediate contradictory opinions that followed the event, change couldn't possibly be immediate.
Well, I think that it kind of happened gradually over time. It wasn't like all of a sudden a big explosion and all of a sudden everyone on the street was, oh, we're all gay and all that kind of stuff.
But with the help of the press, Stonewall changed the tide of the war against the LGBT intolerance. Finally, the riots have come to a conclusion. LGBT rights are becoming a topic of conversation and cannot be ignored. Now, people are inspired to stand up for themselves. More riots are breaking out across the country. A change is on the horizon. It's January 2nd, 1972. David Bowie comes out as gay in an issue of England's Melody Maker. Ellen DeGeneres has come out as lesbian on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Attracted to women, and you knew it.
Yes.
It's 2007. Stonewall Inn has made its debut on 53rd Christopher Street, New York City. Although the original location has closed its doors, this new Stonewall is intent on carrying on its symbolic legacy. It's June 26, 2015, and the same-sex marriage is now legalized all through the United States of America. It's June 24th, 2016. President Barack Obama has just announced the Stonewall National Monument.
Stonewall National Monument is the newest addition to America's national park system. Stonewall will be our first national monument to tell the story of the struggle for LGBT rights.
It's 2019, 50 years after Stonewall. Same-sex marriage is now legal in 27 countries. Pride parades are being held all around the world. People are fighting for their rights, and it is all traced back to the Stonewall riots of 1969. Without that event, members of the LGBT community would have remained where they were 50 years ago.
Thank you.